Okay.
Was absolutely our best jam ever.
That was something.
100%.
Hey everyone, welcome to this live stream. My name is Kris.
My name is Guillaume. Hello.
And this is the Thomann Guitars and Basses channel, in case you haven't realized that already.
Yes.
I'm sure you did. Welcome everyone.
Theo,
we're sorry.
Theo was not doing well right now. Theo is like,
No! I said maybe. Well, too late for that, Theo.
That's beautiful. Hello everyone. Hi Theo. Hi Amanda. Hi Walid. Walid was not doing so hot either. You're gonna be Julian that saves me. Please rewrite the entire song and we'll rearrange it together for just like drums and guitar.
I even found my capo for this, so you know.
That Shelping Strat may be the sexiest Strat ever. You know what, Stanislav? I would agree with that.
And I'm so happy you said sexiest Strat,
yeah,
not
obviously.
guitar, because, you know.
Yeah, I hope you guys are all doing great. We have a bunch of new stuff today. We'll keep jamming on Wonderwall throughout this live stream. It's going to be a theme.
Maybe.
Maybe. And yeah, it should be fun. Should be fun. There's a lot that happened this past 2 weeks.
I might raise the capo
as we go.
per fret. At the end.
I can barely play in E, so can't.
How high can I put it? It kind of works. Does it work?
That's fine. That's what is that? F sharp?
Yeah.
Oh no, because you're flat. You have to.
Yeah,
you have to step down, so that's F. Oh man, that's gonna be horrible. Oh, the jams are gonna be good this way. It's gonna be like quality jams, people.
Should be waiting for that.
Just from Canada. Awesome. Hi Canada, I miss you, Canada. I will come back soon, hopefully, if they don't cancel everything again. Yeah, good to have you guys here. Let's start with like gear news. I feel like yeah, a lot has happened.
Yeah, it almost feels like it's NAMM time.
It almost feels like, yeah, people were getting ready for that.
Well, in case you're not familiar with the NAMM show, that's this music gear trade show that happens traditionally every year in January. Well, not anymore because of reasons, obviously, and they just moved the NAMM show for this year to June. We'll see if it even happens, but hopefully yes.
But some brands didn't get the memo.
Exactly, some brands just went nuts. Anyway, even though there's no stress coming from like, there's an NAMM show, we have to be ready, you know, we have to be in Anaheim.
No, but I mean, it's smart as well. Like I feel, yeah, maybe like the big ones are going to be able to reschedule and push back on the releases and everything. But some of the smaller manufacturers are like, oh yeah, there's definitely more room on the landscape right now. Let's just release all of our stuff now.
Yeah, it's
and
like, it doesn't go under. It's like your new stuff get way more attention because it's not like a gazillion brands releasing products in like 4 days.
100%. So yeah, brands like Walrus Audio that apparently decided to own this week completely. I don't know how they did it, but yeah, they released a new reverb, like which is based off of the slur. That's the Slurtva. It feels like aiming at it. He's already on it.
I think he's on it. He's Phil. You know.
It's just different.
It's like Phil.
You
can do your stuff different. Like well. You can do it right. And you can do it really good. Or you can be Phil. It's like.
That's insane. He knew where I was going with it even before I knew. That's crazy. Anyways, they brought a new reverb, space off of the slur algorithm, same modes and everything, except that this one has storable presets, which you know is
3 of those. And it's awesome because you have 3 reverb engines or like modes. You'll probably have your favorite per mode. I mean, that's what you have, right? You have like at least one that's like very different.
So yeah, basically on off the usual stuff, and then you can cycle between different presets there. So I have like a short. Yeah, so I have a short. I'm trying to figure out where the noise is coming from now.
It's hard to figure out because some weird stuff are happening in this building sometimes.
I know, and it's not, it's completely random stuff.
Yeah.
That's not going to work.
Nah, I think the something sounds like a disturbance in the force, in the power.
Yeah, all right. we're gonna be plugging in with Kris, I think. Anyways, you can cycle between the different presets, the different, whichever reverb engine on there, and it's just really cool.
Go on.
Because the slow didn't really have to, it was already their best-selling reverb, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
At this point, and so that was just a really cool addition. And after that, they decided to bring back. To update, the ever so popular D1, the Mako series, to offer a V2 version where they, and Kris, you played that one, they redesigned the vintage mode on it.
Yes. Yeah, it's it has a USB port now and all the clever stuff they are doing for all the other Mako series pedals. But what I'm hyped about is that my favorite delay type, the tape delay emulation, is now the vintage mode, the vintage delay mode. Until now it was a narrow sort of thinner sounding, vintage sounding delay engine on the spot, and now they swapped that engine or program and put a really, really good tape delay tone on it. If you check out my Instagram, I posted a video. It's that is the tone why I'm all about this pedal right now. Really nailed it.
And
it's just a minor tweak, an update, but
but still,
you really can tell.
The final hit came. That was 2 days ago. The M1.
Yeah.
Announced another Mako series pedal. This one brand new and not updated, but that's the modulation version of their D1, R1, and ACS1, which is the cab.
Yeah. So this is the modulation one, the M1.
Those are. I really like it, and I like the fact that they just. David was saying that in the chat. A lot of pedal companies that I follow online have said then they were not going to NAMM. It was just expensive, and it really wasn't doing anything much for them, at least. And and when I see brands like Walrus Audio, we're okay, they have their fan base, they have their legitimacy as well, and they just release stuff.
Yeah,
it's not they don't tease it, barely tease it.
Just
A week
little
before,
hints. Yeah,
I know the M1 and the D1 V2.
Yeah,
they just said, "Oh, you guys seem to like that new pedal. Maybe we'll release another one next week." And that was just in a post, and that was it. And then the week after, they released a new pedal. I was this is crazy.
They're funny about this whole marketing thing. They're really fun, and
everyone talks about it. Everyone's playing them. So yeah.
Definitely. And the new M1, I'm sure we'll play the pedal at one point here in the studio. I had the chance to try it out already, and I like a number of programs or modulation modes on it. So it's awesome. I mean, it better be, because it's not a cheap pedal.
Yeah, no,
Needs to be set.
Of course. It's on. Haven't seen price, but it's on par with.
I'm guessing
D1
it's the same, 300 something euros, which is. On the higher side.
When you get a MIDI-capable stereo out multi-engine machine like that,
and it's the same as all the other Makos. It's super small, but you can save up to whatever. What was the standard for MIDI? 128.
Yeah.
128 presets in this little thingy. It's like a boss-size pedal. It's ridiculous.
That's pretty crazy.
And what's cool that the harmonic tram and Leslie simulation, which is something that those are the two most interesting, least spoiled and overdone kind of modulation pedals, because they're really hard to nail, and both are just very good. So that already, if you're not into chorus, which I'm not that much into, there's so many fun stuff on it. It's not like your next boring modulation pedal. It really is another take on modulation. More like modulation for people who are not that much into modulation normally, which is something that I found interesting about it.
Yeah, and you can still find the same thing as with most of the other Walrus pedals. They sit so well in between the kind of crazy out of control modulations, effects, delay, reverb, and the regular stuff. And they just have found a really cool spot in between where you can dial in just anything and it'll sound great.
You can make it sound traditional even though it's not at all meant to be traditional.
Exactly, yeah.
I think you can play the slit one now, in case you want to give some tones. I plugged my amp in.
It's... It sounds so good. All right, so I think it was definitely the Marshall, right? It's doing something weird. Because even earlier, like, and it wasn't like regular.
Timu, which amp was this? Was it the Palmer Cab?
This was the Palmer.
Yeah, that was the Rev.
You mean
but the Marshall earlier was doing something weird. We're gonna have to.
It's not his day.
I'm saying we. Like, if I open it up, I will die. So we'll have to ask somebody else to do it.
I think something is ringing.
Lucas?
No,
That's
I
how
was
we
not
do it.
playing cricket chirping sounds on my phone. No, no.
Oh, no, definitely not.
Okay.
Can you show a more subtle?
So that was the dream mode. None of my presets are going too crazy on the modulation, but yeah, basically have like this one, which could be like an always on, at least for me, like a.
That sounds like a smaller, darker sounding room.
Exactly,
It's
yeah.
not even
That's the dark mode, and that's what I would use. Like, it's not in the way of anything.
It's not at all. It's almost non-noticeable.
So
Sweet.
that's the first one. Then I've got the medium one that I would use for like more, you know.
Which Mayer song? I'm so happy that I'm not the only person who's that predictable.
Which is a little bit longer. It's still the dark mode, I think, but the just a little bit longer, just a little bit more pronounced. And then the first one that you've heard, which is my third preset, that's the one I did when I did the Jeff Buckley video with that pedal. That was that sound.
Yeah.
And it's just like, this one is a little bit harder to dial in on this one because it's so much more.
Yeah.
Everything.
You need to be careful with
exactly.
it. Exactly.
You want to
be.
You want to be careful
yeah.
to keep the attack and maintain that, but otherwise it just sounds incredible.
Okay, first of all, Paul Dugdale says, "Hi guys."
Hi,
hey.
Paul.
And then Paul also says, "Hair standing up," whilst you were playing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean,
That's
totally. And Willette also says beautiful.
Oh yeah,
yes.
another comment on my haircut. Was it Pooh last time who said I was brush free
No,
since
Paul
2003?
says my arms.
All right, cool.
Don't worry, it's not about your hair. It's all good. And then, where was it? Stanislav wrote, harmonic trem pedals are going wild lately. Yeah, they do, and for a good reason. It's one of the sweetest tone because it's like an in-between. Can you show us some harmonic tremolo? That's some presentation for you. That is just the coolest
Harmonic trem on everything,
modulation
always.
ever. This is the Monument. And by the way, as far as I understood, the M1 has a very similar harmonic trem.
Yeah,
I mean, they probably tweaked it a little bit to make it different, and they have different stuff on top of it. You can dial in, like you can drive it, you can make it crackle like an old vinyl, etc. But it's the same vibe. what's cool about this tone is that it's not like your normal tremolo, which would basically turn down the volume, then turn it back on, then turn down the volume and turn it back on. It does this thing.
It's a phase inversion thing, and that it's
the
always
high frequency
compensated for.
thingies, or the upper part of the waveform is.
I'm trying to mime the harmonic tremor.
Yeah, it's like a phase crossover thing.
Exactly. You see like a double helix, like DNA thing.
Yeah,
it's exactly like that. If you look in 2-dimension only. If you see what I mean.
No.
If you know what I mean, you know what I mean.
Hopefully you do. I don't know, but it's not like just a volume drop and that's it. It's more like a phasey kind of situation. So it's like mixing a soft tremolo with a very nice chewy phaser. I love it. I love it.
Someone's asking, Tony London, guys know that Pink Fender is a custom shop? Oh, yeah, it is. It's mine. It's my own guitar. It's a 62 reissue by the custom shop. Thank you for the question. Oh, cool pedal board. I did not know that the Daddario pedal boards were out. Yes, that is also that is also something new. I mean, we've gone round on Walrus Audio. They've released another 25 pedals this week. We'll see what happens. We don't know. We've got more stuff coming.
So this is something you should be waiting for on this channel. This is happening. We just made a video on these things.
Yeah.
This and the smaller version, which is on the ground, and my pedals are on that, which is like half of this, like just the first 2 rows. And wait.
Yeah, you need to.
They're in the inside. Okay.
Unlatch
it, and then you can.
Do you want
Can you help me?
Yeah. Just hold.
I hold it.
Hold the other side.
Oh! And then it's kind of big.
And it's really big.
It's really solid.
It's so
heavy.
solid.
I mean, you know,
Yeah.
it's this amount of metal, even if it's folded together or pushed together. So, you know, it makes sense. It's like a big board, but you can make it sort of compact if you just keep it like this.
And it's all solid metal too. Like it's not
heavy.
plastic. So it's hefty, but it's really solid. Like, which is something that you want out of a build with that many moving parts.
Yeah.
Like you really want it to feel solid. Well, you got to pull on that one.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. I mean, wait, let me try to fit this on the table and see if it rattles or anything. I don't think so.
No. I mean, it didn't rattle on the floor or anything earlier, so it's just like
stable as hell, man.
Not moving.
Yeah. That's the only thing I was kind of skeptical about. Like, okay, if you make this sort of fold out or expand or whatever itself, this might be just a quickie kind of thing. It's like I don't know if I want to have that on my on the stage in front of me and kick it around. It's stable. So we made a video. Check it out. It's gonna come out very soon. I see kind of nods. 14th of February.
Day. For Valentine, if you don't know what if you and your loved one don't know what to do yet for Valentine's Day, well, we got a cool video coming out for you
about
guys.
pedal boards. It's gonna be fun.
It's about expandable
romantic
pedal boards, and it's cool. It's cool.
Not go there. Yeah, it's except for the hefty price, it's like the thing I've been waiting for. And all pedal fans who just got fed up with having 5 boards.
Yeah,
a small one, a little bit bigger one, a bigger one, and then a wider one, and then 2 more wider ones. It's like
then the practical one, then the session one, then the live one, then there's it's kind of endless.
It's cool that it grows with you and everything, but I mean, it's not your entry level pedal board price. That's for sure.
Yeah,
needs to be said.
But that was cool, and I'm still happily surprised and impressed by the weight of it.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Okay, there was a question earlier that I did spot that I wanted to talk about because you are always in that situation.
Okay.
From Jens Meyer, whichever. Hi, sorry. As usual. Hey guys, nothing to do with gear today, but could you give me a hint why the half step down tunings, wait, 135 on a whammy DT sounds so strange when I use them. So like half step
so normal
downs.
tuning, whammy DT, half step down. And
yeah,
then
so like all the positions that are not standard or
Yeah.
drop, but just like flat, basically.
yeah.
Sound so strange when I use them. I think some people already kind of jumped on that. Poo Ninja said it could be you hearing the actual guitar and the drop tone. Maybe turn up the amp. And Jens answered, no, definitely dropped tone, no matter how loud the amp is, but thanks for the idea.
Is it only the half step down though? Like
It seems like
what's
it's
up
only
with
the half
one
step
full
down.
step or even more than that? Because
Yeah,
it could be
he
look it up and
correct. Yeah, it's only the half
Only
step
the half
down.
step
So
down.
like, he said position 1, 3, 5.
super weird. I don't know. I mean, I'm guessing they have the same algorithm. Like it's programmed in a way. It's obviously digital, and they use probably the same technology to change the pitch. So I don't think there's a different, program for a half step lower than like a full step lower. I mean, they had to correct it, like depending on the pitch, like how many.
But
hertz
exactly on
they
the
have to
pitch, how
change.
do you tune your guitar? Are you tuned to 442, or are you tuned like? Do you have like?
I think it's relative. I think it just takes whatever you have and push it down by X amount of hertz.
Yeah, but no,
I think so.
I don't know. It was just a hunch.
Or does a
Especially
WME DT have an absolute hearing, like a perfect hearing? Perfect pitch?
I doubt it. I doubt. I would have gone the upgrade as well. Like I would have,
I'd pay for that. Well,
especially
actually, no.
chords sound bad. Yeah, I mean,
I don't know,
That's a
man.
lot of tracking on chords.
If it's like way worse than any other pitch on the DT, then I have zero idea, and apparently no one else has. I mean, I haven't read anything usable from others. It's more like guessing around and sort of not knowing exactly, because it doesn't make any sense, to be honest. Because if anything should sound worse and worse and worse, are the lower or higher settings. Like if you go like 1 octave lower or higher, you have to change the original pitch so much that it will just sound more and more sort of glitchy and artificial and sort of nasty. So that would make sense, and that's what happens, but that's also the coolness of that sound. I guess what you're expecting is to make your guitar sound like it's not through a whammy, it's just half a step lower. And to be honest, I don't think I would use a whammy for that. Like if you went for the best possible lower or higher pitch, what was it? Like, I know that there are some crazy good thingies. Was it the Quad Cortex? I've heard of some of these that does it in a ridiculous way. Kemper, I think, also should. What was it?
Yeah, but even just the drop, like the
pedal, the whammy drop,
works so well for a lot of people. And it's just, I think the problem is like, but the full steps sound good.
Yeah.
So it's really just like something with the half step. Honestly, this is like, maybe it's the pedal, maybe it's like the way the pedal sort of translates.
I have no explanation. Have you tried another of that same pedal, like in a store or something, and compared it, or asked for it like under videos or whatever? Try it online. Maybe someone can test it for you. And if someone else confirms this and this is like a thing, then there's nothing to do about it. If everyone else says that it's perfectly fine and the half step lower sounds the same as the full step lower, then it might be just your pedal. Maybe there's something weird about that setting, and it's just a faulty firmware or whatever. Might be as well. It's really hard to explain, because I've never had this issue ever. Whenever I use the whammy, it always works the same way. It's not a beautiful pitch modulation, it's a fun pitch modulation. I never liked the quality of the tone when I went up and down with it, but I always loved using it because of that whammy tone. But I never had this kind of issue with like, a certain pitch thing sounding worse than the others. Yeah, maybe if anyone has experience with that pedal, please
put
type
it in
here.
Put it in the chat.
Or maybe not even live chat, but the normal comments in case you're watching this afterwards.
Yeah.
And maybe, Jens, you check the comment section of this live stream every now and then.
Hopefully
maybe we'll find it out.
Knows. I'm not super familiar with the pedal either, and like I'm struggling to understand why you would do it with half steps but not the full thing.
Yeah, doesn't make any sense.
Maybe I have to try and compare again. Maybe that's the solution.
That's what I would do immediately. Like if you have the chance, you're not too far from Thomann, come over. You can test the pedal, of course, and compare yours. Like bring yours, and just test it. The guys in the shop will definitely be there for you and just help you out. Maybe give you a second opinion. Maybe you get more clever after that experience. Yeah,
you'll definitely get a clever answers than you'll get from us. That's 100% sure. They're actual specialists. We're just
YouTubers.
We're just YouTubers. That's it. That's exactly what I wanted to say. Yeah. Poo Ninja was asking if I still had visitation rights on the blue Strat that I sold to Rich. And it's funny you should say that because
you sold that to Rich.
Yeah, Rich has the Strat.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, I didn't want to sell it to just anyone, and I told him if you want it, I'll sell it. But the second you don't want it anymore and you think of selling it,
let me know.
It's coming back to me.
Ah, nice.
Okay. But yeah, and that's funny you should say that now because Facebook reminded me 2 days ago that was the anniversary of the day I bought it in LA.
In LA?
Yeah, and it was like, I think it was 2 days ago. And so it just popped up with that picture and I was like, oh.
That hurts. A quick recap. When he was at the NAMM show 2-3 years ago, I guess.
So it could be 10 years ago at this point, honestly.
He went in a store and bought this used guitar, which was an old Japanese, right? Japanese. Was it a Japanese one? I think it was.
Yeah, it was a Japanese Strat.
Japanese Fender.
93.
93. And it was a great guitar. And I was wondering, where's the guitar? So now I know.
Yeah, no. It's, I mean, after a couple months after I bought this one off, it was like, I'm just not touching the other one anymore. I'm just collecting dust, and it's a shame because it's a phenomenal guitar.
Yeah,
it's that guitar was the nicest fretboard I've ever had. On
I love that.
Any guitar. It was just incredible.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else do we have?
We have many things. We have some new Magnatone amps, which is really exciting because
I don't want to talk about it.
If we get them at some point,
because Magnatone is just rising.
Magnatone is always small production, so we get 3, and they've been back ordered for 15 years already, so they never stay for so long on here, so we never get to play them. But they're putting out a new Starlight 5-watt combo based on Fender Tweed. Small, early sort of recording
Stop
tricks.
it!
Put a 5-watt on 10 and...
all the Magnatone amps I've ever played were ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I love Tweed amps. It's like, why are you doing this to me?
A single 6v6. Oh yeah, but I mean,
so
if it's a Class A, single 6v6 and 12 AX7. And are we looking? 8-inch Magnatone custom ceramic magnet speaker by WGS. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the amps. I'm like, yeah, it's good. Have you played it? Nope. How do you know? I know. I know. Yeah, it's. Again, this one we're just looking at. It's the same Magnatone design and everything. That's it. You can control the feedback apparently.
Oh, nice.
The feedback loop from the power amp, I'm guessing, in there. They're always extremely good amps. So that's pretty cool, and it's definitely a different offering from what they already have. What else was new?
Calton asked, I'm pretty sure we're talking about the Japanese Strat. Did it have a basswood body? Do you know anything about that?
I have no idea. No,
Never opened it, right?
It had a tree wood body. I opened it many times. I opened it to fly it back.
Oh, yeah.
Because I couldn't book an extra ticket, so I dismantled the guitar and I put it wrapped into
in your luggage.
Hopefully no one would find. Also, it was rosewood. But yes, it was a tree wood body.
Yeah.
That I have no idea where it came from. So
it's hard to tell actually, because if it's a nice Strat and has a basswood body, it sounds pretty close to Alder.
It sounded. I didn't really think about it. It's just I picked it up and I know because Andy was like, let's put it to the ultimate test, and that was just after the the Silver Sky was released.
Yeah.
It's like, let's plug it in, and if it sounds better than the Silver Sky, it's the one.
Okay.
And it did. I was like, all right. So like I didn't
That's
really
quite an
care.
achievement, yeah.
And I found out way later what was actually in the guitar. Like it was all Emerson. Custom
it was upgraded, like
electronics.
the nicest
It was
pickups and all.
already changed. It was the Eric Johnson custom shop set of pickups, everything.
Okay.
Like nothing was original anymore, but I didn't really care at the moment I got it, because it was just like, yeah,
A blue
this
Strat.
is an incredible guitar right there. So yeah, now it's in good hands as well, and I'm happy about it. I've got another
Nice.
great guitar with me, so it's fine.
All right, sorry to interrupt. Yeah, Magnetone, nice.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much all there is to say. I don't even know if we'll get to play them eventually. So, but I'm, you know, it's always a cool thing. And if we do like super high-end videos and like high-end rigs or whatnot, Magnetone is definitely one of the ways to go.
Oh yes, oh yes.
If we can jump back on the screen, because we have to talk about this eventually.
Oh god.
This is
oh god. I don't know.
the Hydra.
I don't know.
I mean,
let me
it's-
take another look at it.
Yeah, it's not the first. It's not the
Yeah.
first guitar to come out like this.
But this is not only a guitar.
But it's
Let's
not
be
only
honest.
a guitar. It's the Hydra. It's made by Ibanez, I think, but it's not really branded
I
Ibanez.
mean, the upper headstock is
the
very
upper
Ibanez-y.
stock, yeah, for sure. But it's just like such an oddball. It's definitely like those are tubes.
What?
Those are tubes right there. Like that's a tube. 3 of them. I don't know what's in there. That's half fretless. That's half fretless, but only the other half.
Also, it's a bass.
And it's like
like a short scale bass, or what is it? Is it?
It's-
That? It's like a
yeah, no,
4
no.
strings, bass
It's a bass, but the
But a
the
short
bottom
scale,
the
yeah.
bottom 2 strings are fretless, and the higher
Are fret-
strings are fretted. And this one is like, yeah, all the lower frets are there,
until the
all the
seventh,
upper
or-
fret, yeah.
And that's a 7 string or whatever in the middle, right? Is it a
The-
7?
Yeah, the middle is a 7th,
count,
and
it
the
just
upper one
looks
is
like.
12, I think. It's got to be
Okay.
12 and not
So,
14.
Residential Steve Vai Ibanez fan, Poo Ninja. What do you think about this? He has a thing for, no, that's not the one. I know it's applied to ask what a lady weighs, but I'm
But
saying 9 kilograms.
Oh, at least, because there's a harp at the bottom. Like all these, like that looks like metal. Like all the you know, kind of steampunky looking stuff on the body, that looks like metal and not just paint.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm thinking, yeah, probably upwards of 9.
This is not gonna fly away like accidentally. Like, oh, come back,
Yeah,
come
yeah,
back.
yeah. Because that's, wait, we weighed mine already. Mine was 4 points.
Was it really?
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty
Wow.
hefty. It's
Okay.
a heavy.
No, this is
it's-
like 3-2.
Oh, it is way heavier than yours.
Ah,
100%.
if only we had a way
Yeah.
scale.
Yeah, we have it somewhere.
Oh,
It,
yes.
it doesn't matter. We weighed this one last time
Yeah.
and it was 4.2, I think, or something
Yeah,
like that. And I'm thinking, like, okay, there's at least 1.5 times the same amount of
Oh,
wood, like a
yes.
body wood there, if not counting
And
for everything
you know,
that's
truss
there.
rod, all the machine
Truss
heads, all
rod,
the
yeah.
pickups, all the bridges.
That's also Floyd. That's
you mean a
again
low pro edge?
low.
I guess.
Oh yeah, sorry, true. You know I'm struggling with that always. It's an S.
Don't worry, we're just
The
YouTubers.
good thing is, like, I'm not confused that I'm not gonna say it's an S-type body shape.
Ooh,
Like,
it's a super S type.
it's kind of mad, but yeah, 3 necks.
It's an
all the
RG type
machine
body
head.
shape.
I'm thinking it. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Well, not anymore at this point.
It's just absolutely insane.
Yeah.
I love that, you know, big brands, in particular big brands, they still like go out their way to build that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Of course, it's for Steve Vai, because who else?
Not even sure if-
Michelangelo Baccio, like,
Yeah.
was the other one with the
Yeah,
3 or
the-
4 necks or
Yeah,
whatnot.
yeah, sure.
And I love that guitar companies are still doing this and just like being like, hey, let's get crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we can put another string on the guitar. No.
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 I'm talking more.
I said crazy. It's like, you mean let's put a harp on it? Yes. No.
Now we're
And
talking.
I think somewhere in the article it does say what the
The Hydra. The name is cool already. And Stanislav
Yeah.
asked like, but why? And then who said it? Someone said like, because Andre Olivier, because Steve Vai. That's why. Say yeah, because why not? I guess it's not gonna be my next, go-to guitar.
Oh, and it's been auctioned.
Ah, it's a one-off. Like
It's a one-off auctioned off by OpenSea. Feature exclusive bonus content that will be unlocked to the buyer. Okay, that's all gonna be equivalent to 3,100. That's extremely cheap for what it is, honestly.
I mean, for a one-off.
For a one-off guitar, that's like the definition of a collectible instrument.
Yes.
That's the one. If you can really, because if it is auctioned, I doubt that it will be going at 3,000.
Nope.
But if you can snatch it like close to that price point, this is an absolute steal, because that in 10 years will be priceless.
Yes.
Where is the? I want to know what those tubes do. What the multi-headed.
It's it's crazy. But
Pickups include single coil, humbucking, piezo, MIDI, sustainer, floating, face splitters.
What are you looking for?
I want to know what the tubes do.
They're there.
I'm kind of just. I'm
no way that's
on
gonna
that.
be doing anything.
All right, it's not doing anything. You rarely see an instrument with a vintage 3-cathode tube climax regulator. This is beautiful.
Oh, nice.
This is incredible.
Nice.
Yeah, it looks insane. I love it. I'm all about
Steve
this.
is just the best. It's crazy, and why not crazy?
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, there's enough standard stuff and boring stuff as well. Why not the opposite as well?
Oh, Truther's victim
Love
is saying Hydra means many-headed.
In the
Greek mythology.
I guess, mythology, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet.
It's not just from Marvel. It's also
What?
from the Greek mythology.
Shop ahead of will there grow like 2 more?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's what the
It will
climax
split.
regulator is doing. Like the tubes power off as soon as the head is cut off, and it just like grows back on the later.
Ooh,
This is sick.
I need that on this guitar, in case if anything happens.
I was gonna make a terrible joke there. But
Yeah, don't do it. Don't go there. Not now.
Oh, that guitar is sick. Okay, let's jump back onto something else that we had and that we teased everyone with last week. No, 2 weeks ago during the live stream, because we were filming on that same day.
Oh yeah.
And those were the Maestro pedals.
Yay!
That was just announced when we did the last live stream. The video came out
A
last
day
week.
after. Yeah, no, just we had.
No, that was PRS. The Silver Sky SC came the day after, and Maestro came out last week.
You're right.
I know exactly which day it was, because it was a Tuesday.
You knew exactly which day, only just not the right one.
If you know what I mean, you know.
If you've seen the video, you know exactly what we're talking about.
But yeah, the pedals that we had in the room last week were 2 weeks ago, should I say, were the Maestro Electronics collection.
Yeah, Pum Ninja asked actually, what's under the
Yeah, he did spot it.
whatever
Yeah.
cover. The Maestro pedals.
Yeah.
And we dig them. We love them.
They were really impressive.
Yeah.
We said it during the live stream, we said it during the video. They were really surprising. We didn't expect like a whole range first off to come out, and even more so like such a surprising array of things. Like the distortion was just kind of crazy. The fuzz was fairly close to what I'd expected it to be.
But I love the modern setting, because
the modern
it just
setting was great.
did the exact opposite of its vintage setting, which was the more airy, prettier, softer tone. So you really have two very different sounding fuzzes in one pretty affordable pedal, which looks great. I think they nailed
Stan
it.
is saying that we did the best YouTube demo of the Maestro pedals. Thank you so much. You're way too kind with us. It was a good video. It was a fun video to make. It was like
so much
it was
laugh.
kind of one shot too. Like everything was working just fine, and like that's rare.
It's not always.
But yeah, it was really cool, and I really dig the pedals. And I think from now on, every time we review a pedal, I'm going to talk about the enclosure.
Just open it. Yeah, actually, we were not sure about it, because we were excited about like, okay, wow, Maestro, ooh, and we both thought of like, all right, it's gonna be the hand-built point-to-point germanium crazy fuzz reissues. Like, no, they're made in Asia, and they're relatively affordable, and it's not germanium. And we're like, okay, and then we saw the pedals, we plugged them in, and it was just fun.
It was
like
really
the
fun.
nicest surprise ever. Not that we were like not expecting them to sound any good, but we were like, okay, well, this could be really good or could be like okay, and they were definitely like overwhelmingly fun to play and sounded great.
Absolutely.
We just had the most amount of fun in the last couple of weeks, right? It was really cool, super inspiring.
Yeah,
Love them.
100%. I just saw something. I had to click on it because I've been following that. So they reshoot. You know, they did a limited run last year of Adam Jones' Silver Burst. They did like a few super high-end, master built, heavy relic, hand-signed models, and they did a production run just by the regular custom shop, you know, and there was like, I don't know, a couple hundreds of them. And they obviously sold out within seconds, so they did another run of the Les Pauls. So like there's now the 2022 Adam Jones, which are light age, very similar. But at the end of that video, there was like a, you know, the glitch effects in Final Cut. There was like a glitch thingy, and the Les Paul on the stand transformed into a V for like a split second.
No
And I was like, oh, what? Look. Literal chills. And I just saw that now on the Gear News website. Has the new Gibson Adam Jones Flying V been spotted live? Because apparently he just pulled out a Flying V at a Tool concert from the guitar that was announced. You can't really see anything on there, but that's it's a split. So it would be a Silver Burst V, but with the original split Explorer. Not Explorer.
The
headstock.
Wait.
Yeah, you
but
can
it's not even
kinda see
symmetrical,
it.
right?
I think it is.
It
on those.
Okay.
But yeah,
That's something else,
and that's the visual that was at the end of the Gibson video.
Nice.
So I don't know.
Okay,
I'm not too like such a big fan of the split headstock, but like.
Yeah.
I
let's see.
like those guitars. I like those guitars a lot, and I like Adam Jones a lot as well.
And I like Poo Ninja a lot.
Of course.
He's just the best. I mean, all the comments, dude, you're crazy. And then, like, you know, comments like, throw some thumbs up, folks.
That's adorable.
How would this planet be without people like you, man? It's such a treat. Thank you.
Any bass news, guys?
Oh, Andre Bo. I just read the same thing. Are there any bass news? Where's Julia?
Let me Google bass stuff.
No, where's Julia?
Guitar, the category.
We don't know where's Julia. Yeah.
Oh, she's probably skiing.
Julia's probably skiing in Austria.
She's
She's doing everything right.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I clicked even the category is called guitar. I'm guessing bass is in the same
so
bunch.
Bad. Like if I was a bassist.
Yeah, I know, we're not great at this.
I would go to bass places, like bass websites and
Promise, we're trying.
Right, Phil? We have a bass player here. Where would you check your bass news?
Well,
Gear News?
I think Gear News.
Gear News. Are you on Gear News?
I just think we're happy with what we have. We don't need that much.
So it's more of a state of mind
Okay,
thing.
okay. So now I'm supposed to feel like
The bass
bad
player
and
is
stuff,
a
right?
lot wiser. Yes.
It's like bass players are happy with what they have and they don't hunt like new stuff all the times. Like if we guitar players did that.
Yeah, speaking about other new stuff, Guillaume, why do you wear a shirt with a llama on it today? Will you tell us about that?
I almost forgot about it.
Really?
Because if you slap the llama, it will slap back. And that is, I think, the best marketing pitch I've ever heard of 2022.
Well, it's not
Probably
a long year
2021
yet.
as well. It was great. Yeah, Jam Pedals just released the Mark III version of the Dalai Lama pedal, which is now like probably one of their best-selling pedals. It's known to sort of mini iterations. Then you've had the Extreme,
Extreme, I think.
Supreme. I can't remember, but like the big boy.
Yeah.
With tap tempo, subdivision, and presets on it. And the Mark III, which is on the board, and the camera is, I'm guessing already, yeah, of course it already is.
The red one.
The red one that you see there, that is the Llama. And so basically what it is the same form factor as the first two, the smaller versions, but it does incorporate the tap tempo that you got there and the subdivisions. So you can get full, half, and dotted 8, and yeah, the tap tempo. And it's kind of the best of both worlds. You do not have presets on it, but it's just an incredible sounding analog delay that you want to play.
This guitar is screaming for a jack.
For a cable. I'll just put the mild reverb on there.
Thank you for allowing me.
And no trem, you get some double treble, and you get the delay.
Willett says lol, but I'm not sure why. What was funny? Let us know.
It's got the warmth kind of.
Can you give a little more trails, like feedback? I changed keys like 10 times.
Yeah,
probably.
but it was worth it. It was beautiful. Like
So cool.
and it all worked.
Warm.
Absolutely love that
Beautiful
delay.
sounding.
It sounds great
Delay,
with
wow.
everything. It's not in the way. It can be a lot more like, obviously those settings are pretty conservative, but it's just absolutely incredible. And while it was laughing at the pitch, I think when I said if you slap the Llama, I'll slap back. Again, great, love it, absolutely love it. So yeah, that's just been announced, and yeah, that's time, level, and repeats. It's so nice.
Slaps back.
It does slap back. More neck pickup licks for the telly, please. Yes, of course.
Anytime.
Tap that slap back. Yes. So that was one of the new release that was on the list as well. Quick mention to the Mark Lettieri PRS Fiore that is getting a new color, and I like it because it's
a good
blue. It's Larkspur. Larkspur. Yeah, that's
Wie bitte?
it's wie bitte?
Wie bitte?
I think that's the name of the blue. That's the shade of the blue.
It's very
I'm
nice.
not
Like
too
it.
sure. I really like it. It's beautiful.
Fits the maple board, maple neck, like really
100%.
fair
Yeah.
woods.
Yeah.
Which is, I love maple necks. Obviously, I love
the
maple
look
boards
of
and
them.
everything, but I kind of struggle with finding a nice color that fits well. I kind of dig most colors, especially like lighter colors with a rosewood board or an ebony board. But this blue definitely works with this super white-ish, like super non-used maple.
It's clear maple for sure.
Sweet.
Yeah, and the transparent sort of just outlined birds instead of like the full-on. It's
Classy.
so tasteful and classy, and I love it.
Love it.
I'm all about that, and I love that Mark is getting more recognition and more colors, and because he deserves every single color in the world. and I love him. Mark, if you're ever watching this, I miss you. Okay, that was about it. I think for gear news, we can take some. There were like a bunch of other questions in the chat. Obviously, we can maybe address some of those. I just wanted to take a second because this week we also lost Howard Alexander Dumble, which is the absolute amp guru, the man behind the sound of so many incredible guitar players. From Eric Clapton to Keith Urban, John Mayer, Santana, Robin Ford, obviously.
Bonamassa.
It's
so many.
It's hard to even just fathom outside even of the Dumble brand the amount of Fender amps that he's modified for absolutely everyone. I think Jason Isbell is also one of those users.
Okay.
Cobb, I always forget because I want to say Brent Cobb, but I know it's not Brent. It's the other Cobb. I'm sorry about that. Anyways, so the probably most highly regarded amp builder, technician, encyclopedia in the world. That is extremely sad, and
it's also so interesting, so nice to have people who know their things so well and kind of stay like under the radar. Like he was really not into social media and like being everywhere and giving interviews and everything. I'm pretty sure he was not at very good health for a very long time now. Yeah. And he was like really quiet and sort of mysterious. I
just love the fact that every story of everyone who ever got like a Dumble amp or a modified amp by him, the story always starts the same. So he just invited me to his house to check out the amps because like everything was just at his house. It's like he just invited me there. We had food and then tried the amps and then it was this one. Then I had to sell an organ and I bought it. It was like this is the story of every purchase I've ever made.
And also what everyone says, and that's what makes it really unique and so collectible as well. He didn't make a lot of them, like obviously, even though he built those amps for long, but he didn't build like 100 per week or whatever. And he always made an amp for a person. Like if he went there, in the 80s or 90s, and he said like, I want an 80 watt, blah, 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 with this kind of preamp and that kind of power amp. Then he would go and tailor the voice of that amp and all the features the way you like it. And he built a Dumble Overdrive Special for you that sounded totally different than if it was made for whichever other artist. So that's why also you kind of hear this from people who know this whole Dumble thing. Like, you cannot make a pedal that sounds like Dumble.
No.
Because every Dumble sounds different. It's like, which Dumble?
Every pedal, was it Emilio from Cornerstone? Was saying that he didn't play a Dumble. He wasn't trying to make a pedal with the Gladio preamp. He wasn't making a pedal that sounded like a Dumble. He was making a pedal that sounded like this song from Robin Ford.
Yeah, exactly.
It was like this particular sound from Robin Ford on this album. This is what that pedal wants to do. This is what that pedal is aiming at, not just like the Dumble sound. It's because it's so different. And like people who bought them secondhand, who bought them from other artists, like Joe Bonamassa got one of his I think both of his 50 watt combos he bought secondhand from other artists, and he said, I got this one, I think it was the Grail one. It sounded horrible. It sounded terrible because it was like an EV speaker that was made for this other guy that was like way harsh, a lot of high end, a lot of whatever. It wasn't meant to be like completely gunned and like the way that he plays it along with his twins. So like, and then I put a Celestion speaker in it and that was perfect. That was me. Like, but it was like the amp was not voiced and was not made to, you know,
to do whatever.
Because that's what he did. So that's a great loss. And I mean, if you haven't bought a Dumble yet, you will never be able to buy one now because, sadly, the price that was already at probably $250,000 is definitely going to jump at $500,000 or $1 million very soon.
Enough,
So I that kind of hurts my heart a little bit.
I never played one, so I don't know. if I'm, you know,
Oh, me neither.
whatever I hear,
I think
I love it.
safe
It's nice, it's
investment.
cool, but I also love other things. So I'm not sure if it's my kind of tone, but I would definitely want to play one once. Like, you know, a Dumble where someone says like, okay, this meant to be, like this is built for a loud clean tone or for a crunchy tone. This is especially about its overdrive channel or whatever. Like with someone's sort of explanation of how that particular Dumble was built with what in mind.
Yeah.
And I would want to experience that because I'm guessing it's special. Otherwise, hype like this doesn't start. Like, even if we're talking the most
So you
quirk,
think it's overrated or underrated?
I'm not here
We
to
haven't
judge
had that
that.
conversation today.
Everything that's everything that's collectible is kind of overrated, and yet it's not because people are paying that money for it. So it's not, you know.
Hey, I'm
It's
sorry.
what it's worth for them.
Truth is victim. I completely skipped over your corn cob joke. It was extremely
Corn
funny.
cob.
It was extremely funny. I'm so sorry I haven't seen that earlier.
Nice.
Well done. It was not corn cob. It was another cob.
Yeah, so I'm guessing it's something special, but to be honest, you know, there are other really good, really special amps. It's more about them being collectible and having a specific sound. If you're after that, like Joe Bonamassa or Robin Ford or whatever, then, you know, and you can afford one, then it's probably the best for you.
Absolutely.
I
But
just
it-
really appreciate
it was,
people like Alexander being around, you know, sharing their knowledge and building awesome stuff for us guitar players. It's just part of the guitar heritage, and I really, really like things like that.
100%.
You know.
I think it would have been a shame not to at least mention
Oh yeah.
his passing. People are arguing about delivery times now.
Oh,
About
a little bit less romantic than.
handmade fuzz pedals. I mean, I get it. I'm constantly talking about that. So,
Nothing new here.
yeah, build time.
Where? What? Where?
I don't know. I completely lost track. I don't know what brand, what maker. I'm not too sure.
Is it not about? No, Williams Audio Vintage Tone Mark 1, something else. I thought maybe they're talking about like, you know,
Yeah,
Dumbles
I
and
am
stuff.
not,
But no.
not too sure about what happened there.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Do you have anything else?
Sorry, I just killed the mood. Like that was
No.
horrible.
It's
I
you know,
realize
it's
it
not all
now.
about laughs and whatever. It's
No,
it's
that's
important.
true. That's
And
true. Yeah, that's all I had. That's all the gear news I had. Do you have any other news?
I have good news for you. I feel like jamming, and I feel like giving you back your cable, but also plugging you back into Marshall. Or maybe me. I don't know.
This could go. This could go one of two ways.
Wait, I am confused a little bit.
Yeah,
Maybe that's the wrong one.
Oh no, you can.
You can start saying goodbye whilst I'm
That's true. I can.
having fun here
absolutely
with
do that.
cables and stuff. That's the Marshall.
Mark 1 Bender is the conversation. Anything? Yeah, but Mark 1 Bender is again same. That's. Oh, you're looking for someone to make like a good Mark 1 or 1.5 benders. There's so many of them, like good, like
tone benders. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, tone benders. You can check like small, like espresso.
Yeah.
Fuzzes. Those are not like, short disclaimer, like if you're going into handmade one-off sort of pedals, it's like Reeves Electronics or Espresso Effects or Killing Floor or those guys. You will not find them on this website. Like they're not mass-produced pedals.
These are like one
One-off,
person sitting at in a garage or in a workshop and soldering.
But yeah, I mean, you can expect some build time, but it's definitely within reason. And like all the ones that I've talked about before, I can heartily recommend, wholeheartedly recommend them because
Yes.
pretty incredible.
This is like super
fuzzes.
special. Like I kind of realized now that I'm old and wise
Yeah, that's it.
that
That's you.
fuzz
Old age.
Fuzz is like, it's literally religion.
Yeah.
It's like crazy. And once you
Absolutely.
discover a couple of like Instagram people who like
Yeah.
are into that in that circle of like fuzz maniacs,
Yeah.
it's on a different level. It's not like, oh, that's a cool fuzz, or oh, that's a nice drive,
No,
or
just
oh, that's a nice
hits
guitar. It's like, you know, on a different level, and it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But if you start to appreciate it and get used to it and play a few of those fuzzes, it makes all the sense.
Yeah.
It's just a special thing, but it's very unique and special. You'll not find those in most like bigger retailers. You have to hunt them down because it's like a one-off thingy, and they'll ask like which tone you're after. It's like a custom shop really, just for fuzzes.
Which tone are
It's
you
crazy.
after? And
so
if you
funny.
answer fuzz to that, they will not sell it to you. If you answer anything less specific than, yeah, I'm looking for that sound on that record, that song in particular, the band, you know, and he will be like, yeah, I know the band. That's going to be that one. And yeah, that's that level of being.
They're like super nerdy, but they know how to help you, even if you're not super, you know, like sure about what you want. You can tell like I like warmer fuzz tones, less fizzy and whatever. They can point you in the right direction.
But do you want the scratchy, or do you want the the woolly, or do you want? You're also gonna be learning a whole new bunch of words.
It's a different language.
Truth is Victim said that he got the Empress compressor and getting a 5 thumbs up. So transparent for compressor and totally silent. Thanks for the review.
Yeah, that I did on my channel. Yes, man, I'm so happy that you enjoy
Shout
it.
out.
It's shameless plug. Ooh.
Absolutely.
It's
well deserved.
Such a good. It's like literally a studio rack unit in a small format. You have everything on there. It's more clever than I am, and I'm not shy to admit it. It sounds perfect.
That's where we place the bar.
Yeah, that's. I mean, you know, I'm
Sorry. All right, you guys. It was really, really fun. Fuzz evangelist. Yeah, I guess that could be a thing. Let's start that. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for your questions. As usual, it was a whole lot of fun. We are going to play...
This was a nerdy one.
Yeah, we're going to play ourselves out at this point. Hope that was fun for you guys. If you haven't, please consider subscribing. We'll have a video out on Wednesday and another one on the following Wednesday, and then also on Mondays, and then on Thursdays, and on Fridays.
Where's
too.
Julia?
We have... Julia is on Friday.
Thank you.
Julia she's skiing now, but she'll be back on the channel on Friday. So yeah, if you can consider subscribing, liking this live stream, we'll be back live in a couple of weeks. Yeah, take care. Praise the fuzz as usual, and that's all I had to say.
Our drummer Lucas is just laughing.
It's not getting any better.
His popo.
Praise the fuzz. Praise the fuzz. Always a terrific show. Thank you, Joseph. All right.
I need a t-shirt like that.
Give me a backing track that's not Wonderwall.
Okay, I'll give you a C major 7, then an E minor, then a C major 7, then a G major, and then maybe an A minor. See about that. Also, I'll use my capo.
Yeah. It's here.
Because you're in the wrong key.
Telly wins, guys. It's not a competition, and also
it's not a competition, but also yes.